Welcome back to another episode of Aqua Mate. Thanks for joining me today. We're going to look at 2 of the scapes that I've been working on, and we're going to take them to the next step. So stick around, see what we do to them, and let me know your thoughts, and maybe you can help me with the final steps in both of these tanks. So the other day I went shopping at my local aquarium and I bought a few tissue culture plants that I'm gonna use to do a dry start method in the Jag Deep Sing Scape. Jag Deep Sing Scape. The award-winning Aquascape artist that sent me the rocks that we've reconfigured and I've got sitting over there, and I'm really excited to see what it's gonna look like. We've also probably hit our limits with the Monte Carlo in the dry start bamboo scape. So I think the light in there is very weak compared to a lot of other lights, but it has been doing an okay job. But I think it's time to fill that one with water, and we need to start making sure that we're getting any of those toxins or anything that could be left on the bamboo out. So we'll do all that today as well. So I'm gonna plan out some of these tissue culture plants. We have some Monte Carlo here and there, and then we've got the S. repens, which what I'm thinking I'm gonna do is do a carpet between the rocks, and then have some S. repens towards the rocks to have that sort of larger plant. And I might add one more plant, but I think I'm gonna keep it pretty simple as well. One little tip that I wanna show you that I thought about before I start planting this out is make sure there is room to hide the heater. I didn't get to hide the heater properly on the Iwagumi, but I think that looks pretty well hidden. So I'm not going to go too much into this. I'll just show you how to wash these off very quickly, and I'll place them out very quickly, then we'll take a look at it, because I've already done dry start method videos before, and that's exactly what I'm doing here. So I'll wash them off, I'll space them out, then I'm going to spray it all down, cover it in Glad wrap or shrink wrap, whatever you like to call it, and we're going to have to watch this for a couple more months before we get to fill it up, but it should look awesome once it's done. Alright, so as promised, we've got the S. repens. We've got like one batch just in the middle, 2 smaller ones here. There's sort of like a little garden bed at the back. It'll be good for our taller plants sitting there. Now they don't get super tall, but they get nice and bushy, and I think it will sort of frame it really nicely. I reckon I might get one more S. repens or one other type of plant to sort of just go in these crevices, and maybe a little something here. I think the 2 pots of Monte Carlo are enough to give this a good carpet. So we've got the wrap on, it's all nice and wet in there. Now it's just that waiting game. I am thinking about getting a Chihiro's light or Shiro's light, or however you pronounce it, through Jag. So I'll speak with him, we'll get something a little bit fancier. We've got the filter all ready to go. So this is good for a 75 litre tank, so it's going to be easily enough for this tank. So I think it should be a really easy to maintain aquarium once everything's up and running. Now let's go and fill the bamboo scape. So the tank is looking good. We're starting to cycle it. I'll put some beneficial bacteria in there as well. I think with the bamboo, I've got it sitting here in this bucket. Basically, we put a marine lacquer on the bamboo to make sure that it's water safe and gonna be friendly for any little creatures or fish that we decide to put in the tank. I'm just being ultra careful and cautious with it, so I wanna get it rinsing and soaking for a couple of weeks before we decide to put it into the tank. Another reason I haven't put it in the tank yet is that tank is very tricky to clean. So if I end up with an algae bloom and I have bamboo upright all through the tank, it's gonna be very tricky for me to try and get it off the glass. So I wanna get on top of it and then I'll put the bamboo in. I've had really good experience with the iwagumi over here. I know that it got a lot of algae to begin with. Once I cleaned it off, the Monte Carlo sort of took over and now I have minimal algae problems. You may have noticed I was watching someone stream during filling the bamboo scape. I was watching Dr. Black. He's joined by Corvus Oskin every Wednesday, our time down under, so Tuesday night for America. But Dr. Black is a good friend of the channel, and I just wanted to give him a bit of a shout out because he's been doing that stream religiously every week and doing such a great job, and he's catching a lot more people's attention. So if you haven't seen it, go and have fun, have a beverage with Blackie, hang out. His channel will be down below, so I'll put a link there, and go over and support another great Aussie YouTuber. I also can put the thing up here, can't I? Quick thank you as well to DKF, Daniel Keeping Fish from Scotland, for sending this shirt over. Really appreciate it. It fits, looks good, enjoy wearing it. So thanks, Dan. He's another great channel, so make sure you see what he's up to on his channel too. Last but not least, we are so close to 2,000 subscribers, so if you're watching the channel and you're not subscribed, make sure you hit that button and ring the bell, because there's plenty of stuff going on. I'm gonna be showing you guys some cool fish store tours coming up very, very shortly. I'm gonna show you how to refill that CO2 Bioscape canister, because I think it's sort of running out and we need to get on top of that, show everybody how it's done and keep it working on that massive 4-foot Aquascape. All right, that's enough of me. Thank you very much for joining me. Remember, if you get new fish or shrimp, always acclimate them first. I'm Josh from Aquamate. We'll see you soon.
What a wonderful